Hello everyone, welcome back to CloudOps Craft. In last video, we learned what is Linux. Now this is time to get hands-on. Think of this session as your Linux driving school. I'll show you how to move around, create files, and use commands that DevOps engineers actually run in real servers every single day. By end of this video, you don't just know commands, you will know why they matter in real world, from troubleshooting servers to managing deployments. Okay, so let's start with the file system hierarchy. Before that, okay, you can use Linux machines from AWS, Azure, or GCP. You can choose any cloud provider and you can create a virtual machine. Okay, otherwise, you can go with Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, it's up to you. In this demo, I am using virtual machine from AWS. Okay, let's start. Linux file system hierarchy. Okay, unlike Windows, where you have drives like a CD, Linux has a single tree starting at root. Okay, so it has a single tree starting at root. Okay, we will have home folder, home, user personal space. Example, when developers log into a server, they land here. Okay, slash etc configuration files. Example, your nginx web server settings live here. Next is bin. Basic programs like ls, cp, rm. These are always needed. Next is where logs. As a DevOps engineer, you will come here to check why an application crashed. Okay, so imagine a production server where a website is down. The first place you will check is where log only. Okay, so to see what happened. That's why knowing the directory layout is critical. Okay, so first I will show you this. If you go to this is as I said, it's a AWS VM, okay, Ubuntu based VM. If I do pwd here, you can see home Ubuntu. I'll come out of this. Now we are in the root. If I do ls-l, you can see user bin varlog home uh, slash etc. Okay. So now we will learn navigation commands moving around servers. Okay, if you type pwd, okay, pwd stands for print working directory. It shows where you are. Okay, your current, it's like your current GPS location. Example is you log into Kubernetes pod, run pwd, and you can see the slash app folder as your path. Now you know the code is stored in slash app folder. Okay, now if I type pwd, I can see I am in the root. So only I am seeing slash. Okay, if I type ls stands for list files. Okay, it will list files and directories. A real world example is checking which scripts exist before deployment. Even if you want to know what are folders and files you have, okay, you can do ls. Okay, and you can use ls-l also. Okay, it shows permissions, owner, and file syncs. Useful for security audit, and even you can use ls-a. Okay, shows hidden files like .git. Okay, it is critical in DevOps repos. Okay, cd. Next is change directory. cd stands for change directory. Move between folders. For example, now I am in root. I want to enter into home folder. Then I can use cd home ubuntu. So now I have I just moved into Ubuntu folder from root. Okay, so you can navigate to different folders with the help of CD. Next is tree. It is a visual directory structure. Okay, it shows a tree view of folders. Okay, so if I come out of this, here I have only Ubuntu. I will come out of here. Okay, so now I am in the root. Okay, tree we have to install. By default, it will not be available. We have to install. So before installing, you have to update your server. Sudo apt update. Once we have updated the server, now we can install the tree. Okay. It will take some time. Yeah, it's done. Now we will install the tree. Sudo apt. Apt is the package manager of Ubuntu. So we are using apt here. sudo apt install tree. Now tree has been installed. If I type tree here, it will show the directory structure in tree format. You can see there's so many files since it's a root folder, like a root folder, right? So you can see. So it will show everything in the tree. It will be helpful. For example, in under home Ubuntu, consider I am creating one folder called a test. Okay. To create a folder, you have to use mkdir. Okay. Now if I type tree, you can see one folder. So if you type mkdir slash home slash home, oh, not mkdir, you have to use tree slash home. You can see the tree of home to Ubuntu, Ubuntu to test. Okay. You can understand how your project repo is structured after cloning it. Okay. It will show subfolders where you will store your scripts or you will show some data. Okay. And file operations, everyday DevOps work. Okay. First is stitch. If you want to create an empty file, you can use stitch. Okay. Now I'll just enter into the folder that we have created. First I type in which directory I'm in Ubuntu, so I enter into text folder, and I'll just create one file with the help of touch. Okay. Test1.txt. Okay. Now I have created the empty file. Okay, it's like a buying a blank notebook. Okay, so DevOps uses this. Okay, like even you can, if you want to add content, then you can add it. Okay, so we will go one by one. Second is cat option. I'll add some content with the help of VA. VA also we will learn in depth in upcoming session. I'll just add some content called this is test. Okay, this is the content of this file. How I can view this with the help of cat. Purpose of cat is view file content like reading a notebook. Okay, so now I'll use cat and I'll use test1.txt. You can see the content of the test1.txt. Next is CP. CP is purpose of CP is copy file, like a photocopy. Okay, so you can take you can copy the file. Okay. For example, I can take the backup of this file with using file name of the source file and the file name that I am going to take backup. Okay, if I type ls, I just took the copy of test1.txt with the help of cp command. Okay, always copy configs before make changes in production. Okay, so you can revert it back. Next is mv. The purpose of mv is you can use this for moving as well as renaming file. It's like shifting a notebook to your new shelf. Okay, for example, now we are having this test1.txt under test folder, right? I'm just going to move this file to the Ubuntu folder. Okay, so move test1.txt slash home slash Ubuntu. Now if I type ls, you can't see here because I moved it. So if I come out of this folder, now you can see the file that we have created. Even you can rename this. How you can rename? For example, I want to make this test1 to test2. Then I can use mv test1.txt to test2.txt. Now if I type ls, name has been changed to test. So you can use mv for move as well as renaming the file. For example, rm. What is the purpose of rm? Rm for remove file. Okay. So if you want to delete any file, then you can use rm. For example, consider we are going to delete or like a test2.txt. Then you can use rm and you can use test2.txt. Okay, and now we are going to learn about help commands. Okay, it is a self-learning in Linux. You can use man command. Okay, man for manual pages. Man, and if you want to learn about ls means type man ls. Okay, so here you will get a description of ls and how you can use ls. Okay, Suppose you need to use uncommon option in tar for backups, you can use man tar tells you exactly how. Okay? It will show all the possibility options of ls. Okay? So if you want to come out, just press q. Okay, like that. If you type man tar, it will provide tar option. Okay, you no need to search in the internet. Okay, if you have some doubts, you can go with man. Otherwise you can even use help. Okay, for quick reference, if you use ls hyphen help, it will provide you the details of ls. Okay, for example, you are in the middle of debugging, you don't know, or you don't want to read a long manual, just want quick options once, then you can go with help. And even you can use info, similar to manual but structured. Okay, you can use info. For example, I use core utilities. Core utilities. This is core utilities. Okay, so it is showing the common Linux commands. Think of man as a complete textbook, help as a quick cheat sheet, and info as a reference guide. Okay, so let's summarize what we learned. Here you learned the Linux file system like a city map, and you practice navigation with the PWD, LS, CD tree. You worked with the files using touch, cat, CP, MV, RM. You learned that Linux itself teaches you using man, hyphen help, and info. Okay, these basics are not just classroom theory. Every day, when you log into a server, deploy an app or debug a failure, these are the exact commands you'll use. Okay, so in our next section, we will deep dive into users, permissions, and process. Okay, if you like this breakdown, subscribe to Cloud Ops Craft. We simplify cloud and DevOps concepts every week. Thank you.